This week on Angelo's Motorcycle, the 450 SS is back on the lift yet again because we have another AliExpress delivery. More goodies have come. I hope you'll join me. Stick around. This is Angelo from Angelo's Motorcycle, and this is the beautiful CFMOTO 450 SS, which you have seen before. This week we have a few more extras that I have ordered and have come in from AliExpress. AliExpress, for those of you who don't already know, who haven't seen any of my other videos, is a website slash app, a shopping service that displaced Walmart as the #1 retailer in the world several years ago and has gone on to become quite popular. But keep in mind that AliExpress is buyer beware. Check the sellers out, make sure that the store is reputable. All of the sellers that I have dealt with on AliExpress thus far have been excellent. I've even got one custom making some decals for the 700 CLX. We will talk about that another time. But for now, I'm having tremendous luck with AliExpress finding very nice accessories for the CFMOTO brand of motorcycles, because here in the United States, we call it the 450 SS. Elsewhere, it is called the 450 SR. But here in the United States, accessories for the 450 SS are hard to come by, whereas on AliExpress, they are plentiful and lots of them. So one of the things that I ordered is the USB port, and this is genuine CFMOTO parts. This is real deal from CFMOTO. Up here next to the instrument cluster, there's a little black plastic square thing. You pop it out, and attached to the back of it is a plug, a wire plug for auxiliary power. Here in this box is what plugs into that. So you pop that door out, you take the plastic wire out, you plug it into this, and then you pop this door in, and then you have USB, my friends. And that comes in incredibly handy for charging your phone for those all-day trips when you're using CaliMoto or whatever your navigation software is, or if you're using the CFMOTO app and using the turn-by-turn on the screen, this can power your phone so you don't run out of battery halfway through the day. And this is very nice. This was $22 on AliExpress with free shipping. And then I believe it is $30-something from your dealer if they can get it. My dealer had a little bit of a hard time. I'm not sure why getting it, but I was able to get it directly from China through AliExpress. And you'll see on the box it says, 450 SS/SR. This is the first time I've seen both worldwide names together on the same package. So it is a 450 SR/SS play to win. And we are, of course, playing to win and experiencing more together, as it says on the box. So this will be plug and play, very simple install. We're going to do that. Next up is some tank protector. I had ordered this a while back. It is disappointingly a little bit of a different blue. But I am probably going to go with it anyway because I like it. And I like what it's going to protect, the parts of the bike that is going to protect. So I will take this carbon fiber one that I have here off, and we will replace it with this one that says 450 SR, and it is very nice. And even though it is just a slightly different blue, I think that we'll be okay. It is very clearly made for the motorcycle. It has the same curvature of the fuel tank trim, and then the same curvature of the seat, and just fits in there perfectly. So it's very clearly made for the motorcycle. Then it also has some side pieces, which I really like, because if you're an all the gear all the time rider like me, wearing your 4-season pants, wearing your mesh pants all of the time, this area of the motorcycle your legs are constantly rubbing against, so you get a lot of wear here. And this covers this, and this covers the black part. And they make like if I would put them correctly, they make like a picture. You can see the S is continued, and this blue stripe is continued. So while you're covering this blue stripe, you're replacing it with this blue stripe on the black here. And again, this is all cut to fit the motorcycle exactly, and will look very, very good. And it is made from very high-end quality 3M Scotch Cal film. And it is thick. It feels like like a very high quality, similar to the gas tank protectors that I put on my 650 Adventura or 650 MT, depending on where you are. Those were on the same paper and made from the same material, and I was very impressed with those, and these are equally very impressive decals. So in addition to the side ones and the one that go on the gas tank, they include in the package this little guy right here, and he's kind of cute. He is just basically just the nose of the motorcycle, which is very attractive. And he says 450 SR. I'll hold him a little closer to the camera so you can see him. And I don't know if he's going to go on the bike. They show him being applied on the windshield, on the lower part of the windshield where the CFMOTO logo is. And I don't know if having a picture of the front of the bike on the front of the bike is a little repetition, a little too repetitious, too much repetition. Anyway, I don't know if it belongs there. So he might go on my toolbox. We'll see what happens. Or maybe he'll go somewhere else. I don't know where else another place would be. I don't want to cover my motorcycle with decals. Speaking of decals, so this was a little bit of money. This was $70. This is a full carbon fiber decal kit to cover all of the black plastic on the bike. Now, I was not overly impressed with the black plastic cover over the muffler. I thought that could have been made out of something else, or at the very least a higher quality. I understand that it is still a nice part. It is a good part, and it does its job effectively. But I was disappointed that it was plastic. I was thinking that it would have been better made from a small piece of aluminum or something similar to my Kawasaki KLX 230S has like an aluminum heat shield over the muffler. It would have been better something like that as opposed to this black plastic. However, I wanted the carbon fiber decal to cover the black plastic. I also wanted the carbon fiber decal to cover this. Well, just those few pieces were most of the cost of the 77, so I just went all in and ordered the whole kit. There are so many pieces here that I don't even know where they all go. But they are a very high quality 3D carbon fiber. They look very nice. And they're pre-cut to fit, so I would assume that installation would be relatively simple. Probably need a heat gun and a squeegee, which I will. And I may very well use the wet method so that I can get them on, slide them around to exactly where I want them, squeegee all the water out, use the heat gun, dry them up very nicely, and then I should have a carbon fiber part. And I'm going to experiment with something that maybe is necessarily easy to see if I can get the hang of it, like this big side piece here. I might just experiment with that, or I might just go for the gusto and do the muffler piece, which I really want covered. So we'll go from that. So stay tuned. There is a lot of work on the 450 SS coming your way now. Okay, so we're going to get started with the CFMOTO 450 SRSS USB charging input. This looks really great. Has USB-C and the regular USB, so either or. And this is an official, original CFMOTO part. Looks very easy to install. And when you get your motorcycle, there is right here this plastic port, which has the plug on it, and it even has a USB logo on it. Like, why is not this here instead of this? Come on, CFMOTO, you can do a little better than that. This should already be here. This should have came with this bike. You know, even if you had to mark the price of the motorcycle up $20 or $30, this is a very good idea. Just about anybody would want this, because everybody's going to want the ability to charge their phone. And this might be right up there with those blue plugs on the side of the motorcycle as easiest motorcycle accessory install ever. And there it is. It is locked in place. And now I will tuck this in. And now the USB port will go. I'm going to put it in like this so that the door opens like that. I want the door to open toward that direction. and this should just snap in, and there it goes. And just like that, in 2 seconds, I now have USB power for my phone. What a great, great addition to the machine. And like I said, this is the cover that was holding, well, this thing's purpose was basically just to hold the wire so that it was there ready for you, and it even says USB on it. I mean, come on, CFMOTO. That should have came with the bike. Okay? Alright, let us move on. Okay, I now have the tank protector, which is going to go right in here like this. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we end up with it centered in the right spot and looking the part. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to go around here. So to apply this, I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work my way down. Get an idea of where I want it to be so that it is centered and straight and looks good. Now, if this is like the 650 Adventura one, and I have no reason to think that it is not, I will have the ability to move it a couple of times should I need to. But if I straighten this and I eyeball this right, I shouldn't need to. Now I think that that is ever so slightly dogging to the left. So I'm going to pick this up because I didn't put it down very thoroughly. And I think what is causing that is that this top section needs to be moved just ever so slightly like that. And then what I'm doing is I'm pulling on that slightly to bring it down. And once I'm sure that I've got it where I want it, and that is really it, because where I'm looking from, that looks very good. Now I can work my way down the middle and then work my way out, applying it evenly so that there is no wrinkles. We don't want any wrinkles. And if you end up with a wrinkle or a stubborn wrinkle that you can't get out, you could try a heat gun. But I am not ending up with any wrinkles whatsoever. And this is a concave surface. But this is also a very high quality material. This is not cheap stuff. And we'll have some still photos afterward of this. Yeah, that looks really good. Yep, I'm impressed with that. I think that looks really good. Yep, we did a good job. We did a good job. So, next up, I think I will do this decal next, then the black one. I'm going to turn the handlebar to the right so that we work with the motorcycle, not have the motorcycle work against us. And I'm going to relocate you so that you can follow along. I think that right about there will do it. And now, let us get our two side pieces, and we'll be back in a second. So now this piece here goes on the gas tank like this. It follows that line, and then it follows that seat line, and ends up, there is a cut in it here, and I assume that is for help on this curvature. But that appears to be where it wants to be. Unless it's supposed to go down into the groove, and I don't think so. I don't think it is supposed to go down into the groove. I don't think it'll like going down into the groove. Let me see this piece here. This piece here is very obviously meant to be on this piece right here. This black is supposed to be there. So let's go ahead and put this piece on. Keeping in mind that this black is supposed to be there and this gap is supposed to be there. What we need to do here is apply this in such a way the focal point of where I want to be is right there. If I can apply that on that bottom corner in this round part right here in just the right way, the rest of this will go very easily. So let me change my camera angle a bit here. All right, let's see here. I almost had it. Keeps on sticking higher up the tank. All right, there's that. I like that. And I can live with that. So where's that going to put us as far as the other sections go? Alright, see, and now this is where we're going to run into a little bit of trouble. Because there is a curvature. Oh, there we go. There is a lot of curvature here on this part. And what I've got going on here is, I believe, I have a permanent wrinkle in there now. There we go. There we go. And that's why that... I like using my hands for this. Sometimes this is the best way. There it is. I managed to get it without any massive air bubbles. And I have to admit, I like the way it looks, even though it is the wrong blue. I like this writing on it, the 450 writing, and I like the blue, even though it is a different blue. I still like the blue. And then the 450, and then this part will play into that. It will look like it kind of goes together. But I want to make sure that I get it in the right spot, and it has to do with lining up down here. Okay. This is a really good decal, I gotta say. This is very well made and of a very good material. So now I am coming up the motorcycle, and I just want to make sure that we are lining up, and we are. We're lining up exactly where I want to be. Well, that was awesome. Okay, that's an easy piece to put on. This was the most difficult, the side one. And the sun will help if there are a couple of air bubbles here and there, which there are just a couple. The sun will beating down on it, will heat it up, and we'll work those out. And there we have it. That looks pretty good, I gotta say. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll come back. So let's take a look now at the gas tank protector. The material is of excellent quality, and that was $16.25 plus tax and a minor shipping charge for about $22. And you know, you're getting 5 high quality pieces. It's protecting the paint where your legs rub. Like, it's a win-win. It looks fantastic. And then the USB part, I paid $30.16 for and these are all on AliExpress. And again, this USB part is just perfect. It's an easy install. That really should have came with the bike. I mean, everybody's going to want to be able to charge. And then the little guy, the decal, he ended up on my toolbox. I didn't like him on the front of the bike. So we're going to get to the carbon fiber decals in another video. That is just a big job, and I want to do it right, and I want to show you all of it. So we're going to do that as a separate video. Let's go ahead and click that like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you don't miss out on any future content. Check me out on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, all as Angelo's Moto Cycle. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next week.